Welcome. This is Karen Lindwall-Borg, the president of the National Association of Christian Women Entrepreneurs, which we lovingly call NACWE for short. Our theme of the year is entrepreneur wellness. I mean, that covers everything, doesn't it? And for January, we've been talking about planning. Well, we talked about planning your 12-week, 90-day, quarterly year instead of 12-month year. And we talked about planning monthly and actually gave templates and everything that you might could use to kind of really be successful during the month. Last week, we talked about some really creative ideas for planning weekly, and I took some things away from that were already mine and kind of molded them and made them into kind of a new plan for me weekly, which was very helpful. And then today we're going to hear from Deneen on planning daily, on your daily plan. And I'm going to want to ask you later when you get started why the hyphenated name, because I have a hyphenated name, and I'll tell you why I have a hyphenated name as well. But let's moving right along. We are all about creating a like-minded community of Christian women entrepreneurs for you, open 24/7, so you can pop in. And Danica, if you would put the Facebook link in there, the NACWE Freedom link, that would help me a lot. That's what I went looking for. I didn't want to be alone in my endeavors. We are all about education, and we offer you education sometimes twice a week. And all of this education is stored in this neat little, not little, classroom vault of over 800 offerings in about 20 or 30 different categories. It grows every time someone adds some things to it, so it's huge. It goes on for miles. You can go in there and use the little search button to find exactly what you're looking for. If you're looking for help with writing or speaking or building your website or your online presence, any of that, it's there. We're all about networking. We want you to share about who you are and what you're doing. We have, I know a lot of groups really don't want you to promote you, and we want you to promote you once a week, multiple times during that once a week if you want to. But we've got a space inside of every Facebook group that we have to allow you to promote you. You should be shouting from the rooftops who you are and what you do. I mean, nobody else is going to shout it out for you. And we want you to be able to do that. And we try to keep it streamlined so that it doesn't get too cluttered and that sort of thing. And then we're all about missions. We've been to Guatemala 2 years in a row. It looks like in May we'll be going to Peru. As soon as we get dates solidified, we'll share them with you. And we hope you'll join us and come with us, or at least pray for us or something. We're looking forward to talking to Christian women entrepreneurs in the marketplace in Lima. Can't wait. We're in our Tuesday community and education webinars finishing the month with Deneen today on planning your day. We've already talked about that a little bit. And then in the We Wednesday groups, We Wednesdays are where you hear from your peers. They are usually tried and true members of the elite NACWE membership group, and they've planned ahead what you're going to hear from them. And so I'm just taking you through in the next several weeks of just a snippet of each of the dimensions of wellness as we've designed them. In fact, I don't think I put the acrostic in here, but the acrostic is beliefs, and they stand for body, emotions, livelihood, intellect, wait a minute, E-E-L-I, environment, family, friends, and spiritual. And we're starting with the spiritual element first, because if I drew those 7 dimensions of wellness in a piece of pie format, I would put the spiritual aspect or dimension of life over the whole thing like the pie crust. And so we're going to start with the spiritual element of wellness and move on from there. And it helps if we can spell spiritual. Need to send this to my editor. Save the date, September 17th through 20th, here in McKinney, Texas, right a little bit north of Dallas, really close to the airport, for our NACWE conference. And the theme of the NACWE conference is Working God's Way. Shay Bynes of Kingdom Driven Entrepreneur will be our keynote speaker. If you've never sat in front of her, you need to. So you need to come. We will have other speakers there, and we usually do sort of a TED Talk sessions of 20 minutes a piece where people just pop up and do their thing, and everything is recorded and sold later if you miss it and you want to come download the recordings later. Looking forward to it. Every conference gets better and better. Last year was a life-changing experience for me. Oh, I'm going to switch this on video. Thank you, Danica. 2020, not 2019. We also have writing retreats. We might be doing 4 a year. So if you go to the writing retreat page, you'll see that there's a sign up for winter, spring, summer, and fall. We don't have a spring one scheduled. We do have a winter, summer, and fall one scheduled. These are the dates. If you want to come to East Texas, about 2 hours from Dallas, you can actually fly into Tyler, Texas, and we would pick you up there and get you to the lake. It's a beautiful little spot. Danica's been there. Not sure who else is in the room. Hey, Jasmine. I don't know, Kathy, if you've been to the lake or not, but several of the NACWE members have spent time at the lake, sometimes alone without me, sometimes with me for a VIP day, and sometimes with me for a writing retreat. But we offer it virtually. We just started doing that last year, and it was such a hoot that we now, while we're in session writing, have you virtually in a Zoom room just like this in session 2, and we have time afterwards to kind of debrief. We even used some of our time last year to let people read what they had written to each other and give each other feedback. That was, I'll never not do that. It was priceless. It was very valuable time. So I hope you'll join us, even if it's just in prayer or virtually or live, either one. Brag time. We have finally introduced little Mika Renee into the Lindwall Schaub family. So this is Melanie. I don't know if my pointer works, but there's Melanie, our daughter. We have 4 daughters. We have 2 daughters and 4 sons. There's Melanie. Her husband, Derek, Fred, and I just come from a little networking meeting and still have my name tag on. Derek's parents, Janet and David. Their oldest is Ada, who is 6, Lottie, who is 4, Clara, who was 2, and then baby Mika was born. Baby Mika was born in 1 hour and 15 minutes. We were not ready. Derek and I were with Melanie. Fred had the kids other kids downstairs, and the midwives didn't make it. And so you can imagine I'm kind of flying high as a kite. That was an experience to remember. Kudos to Derek, because I held the phone and her leg, and he did all of the pulling the baby and all of that stuff. So what troopers, little Earth Mommy and Earth Daddy, not me. That's not me. She didn't get this from me. I went to the hospital every time. I asked for an epidural when my feet hit the hospital floor, whether they said I needed one or not. So kudos to them for being so brave. And of course, Melanie's a midwife and a nurse and a family nurse practitioner, so you knew if there was a crisis, she would know what to do. And she was such a trooper. It was an amazing thing. So I had to take a little bit of your time, Deneen. I hope you don't mind to brag. You guys, we want to hear from you today. So we might get you to pop in verbally. When Deneen asks a question and you want to come in with a takeaway, please start that takeaway or that aha moment that you're telling us about with you first. Tell us just quickly who you are, where you are, what's your primary endeavor as an entrepreneur, and then put this stuff in the classroom, in the chat room as well. So we have it for later. And so if someone wants to connect with you, they have this great opportunity to connect with you. Let me stop share, pray us in, and turn the floor over to Deneen. Looking forward to what we're going to learn from you. The dates on the slides are incorrect. Gosh. Danica, I need you, girl. It's getting real here. Okay, let me pray for us. Father God, in spite of the fact that the dates on the slides are incorrect, we're so grateful for the freedoms that we have, really to be daughters of Christ, first of all, that you care about us, you love us, you care about our entrepreneur endeavors and our personal lives as well. We're so grateful for the people in this room, because they've been turning into lifelong friends, sisters, relationships, and there's nothing more valuable than those people in our lives to encourage us and lift us up. We're grateful every time someone takes this much time out of their day and out of their week to plan and come and present to us and encourage us to do the work you've called us to do, and to do it well and to do it better, to be good stewards of what you've given us and to take it to the next level. It is one of those things that makes my world go round as a Christian woman entrepreneur. So Lord, we're so grateful. We're grateful today specifically for Deneen, and we pray blessings on her The energy and enthusiasm that she exudes is great for me, this melancholy personality and kind of introvert personality. I need that. We all need that in our lives. So I would just pray that you would just pour into her what she needs to pour into us today, Lord, and that every one of us would take something away, as we usually do, from this presentation that just tweaks the way we do our work a little more, helps us to do it well. We want to hear you say, well done, good and faithful servant. May all we do, Lord, even talking about daily planning, even sharing drop screens behind our heads and things like that, as we did before this started, bring you glory and point people to you every step of the way. And we ask these things in Christ's name. Amen. Thank you, Deneen. You are on. You couldn't see why my hyphenated last name is, because I have been married twice. Fred and I both were widowed in the same week, and met each other because we took phone calls for each other at the hospital. People saying, "Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they?" We ended up taking our children to the same grief support group and married one another. So together we have 4 boys and 2 girls, and I wanted them to go to Sunday school or wherever they went, karate, and their names to match. And so from that day forward, 25 years ago, almost, I've kept both last names. So it's a little complicated sometimes, but I would love, as you get started, for you to tell us about your hyphenated last name.
So I always tell everybody that my name is Deneen Troup-Buitrago because I'm a women's liber. And then I go, that's not true. So this is what happened. My husband is from South America. So in that culture, you become of your husband. You never lose your last name. So my name would be Deneen Troup-Buitrago. And so I hyphenated it because I felt it was very modern. My kids used to call me Ms. B when I was teaching, or Ms. TB, or I had the students that tried to say the whole thing. But as a speaker, I started saying Deneen TB because no matter how much people practice it, when they introduce you, they can't say it. So I'm just Deneen TB. So that's like my website, and everything is just DeneenTB.com. And then I have the Truth and Business Show, T&B, over on YouTube, but it's also at Deneen TB. So that's how my little story is about that.
Love it. Thank you. All right, you are on. You guys, I put her handout in the chat room. I'll put it in there again because if you come in after it enters, I don't think you get it or see it. So I'll put it in there a couple of times, especially if somebody else pops in. And you can let me do that really quickly, in fact, before you share your screen.
Okay, I'm not going to share it just yet, but when I do share the screen, it will be the handouts that you all are receiving. So you'll see the same thing as me. There are places for you to write things down, to take notes there right away. So if you want to go ahead and throw that on your, push that into your printer, that would probably be really good.
Okay.
So I do want to get started, and I want to get started today with a quote from John Maxwell's book, Today Matters. And he says, "The secret of your success is determined by your daily agenda." And he goes on to say that if you make just a few key decisions and then you manage them well in your daily agenda, you will succeed. So today, I hope to inspire you to make a few key decisions and learn to manage them well in your daily agenda, calendar, whatever you call it. So my name, like I said, is Deneen TB, and I call myself a faith-based business strategist and clarity coach. I do this in a number of ways. I have a networking group for Christian business women here locally in Metro Detroit. I'm going online more and more with that as well. And the differentiator that we have is we do mastermind. And our mastermind is challenge focused, so everyone gets to put out like their challenge, and they get 10 minutes to get the help of everyone in the room. So it's not just a coach type of thing. And it's kind of that iron sharpening iron. I also do coaching. I have a year-long coaching mastermind program that is really looking at personal mastery skills. So this is something that I just love to talk about and do, helping women to, like I say, connect their faith and business, really grow their faith to fuel their business. So I'm always looking at how they can prioritize their time to get it all in and maybe take some things off at the same time, because we all do too much, and you know that you do. But let's get going to what we're talking about today. I want to be talking to each of you as a leader, and as I'm talking, if I'm not giving you time, if I'm talking too much, just put something in the chat. I do have the chat open right now, so if you have a question, I may not stop right then and get to it, but it'll help us to remind us at the end. We can go back and look at that. Okay, so let's start with, what is your motivation? All of us are motivated by different things. Some of us are motivated by being our personal best in every area of our life. Others are really motivated by achieving our full potential, whether that's in our professional life or our personal life. Some of us just are motivated by having more freedom and being able to spend our time the way we choose, especially as entrepreneurs. And some of us are motivated by just trying to improve our life balance, as someone said last week, which I really think happens through prioritization, and really are motivated by creating a quality of life. So no two people are, oh, what is our motivation? That's a good one, Danica. If anybody wants to put it in there, that would be amazing. No two people are motivated exactly alike, with exactly the same thing. And that's why planning your daily agenda has to start with your goals. The goals must be yours. And it's important to write down those plans, those goals, and those ideas. Without clear direction, reaching your destination is truly difficult. Did you know that people who have concrete, specific goals are more confident, and they're more likely to feel in control of their lives? There was a Harvard study done about the 3% Club. I love talking about the 3% Club. The 3% Club are the people who actually write down their goals. And there was a Harvard study that followed people who, after 10 years after graduation, were in the 3% Club. And they actually made 10 times more money by being in the 3% Club. But this chat is not about your goals or even your action steps that are required to meet their goals. It is about your time management or your everyday daily agenda. So we're going to start with that. So it's been said that our days are like identical suitcases. Even though we all have the same size suitcase, some people are able to pack more into them than others. The reason? They know how to pack. So what we're going to look at today is what you should pack into your everyday. So if you downloaded the handout, or you can look at it, I'm not going to put it up just yet, you can see that I have what's called a Super 8 day, a Super 8 day. And it's a way to think about your business, because I know as an entrepreneur and a business leader, we just don't really know how to shut off every single day. We can just do one more thing, or I could just get this done really quick. And we never really feel like we can stop. So I've devised this formula as part of a larger formula into my day. So I know that I've done enough for the day. I know if I focus on completing the tasks or actions or activities in my Super 8 day, I know that the action steps that I want to complete each week are going to get done, which inevitably means that the goals that I set are going to be accomplished. So I hope this is making sense so far. Pack your daily suit. I love this. You guys are all making little notes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm creative too, Jasmine. I understand that completely. Time management, time blocking, all this still works even if you're a creative, because I am one. And believe me, it frees up your brain, but we'll keep going, okay? The Super 8 day really means that there are 4 areas that you're going to focus on. And in each of those 4 areas, you're going to have 2 actions or 2 tasks or 2 activities, whatever you want to call them, each day. So you're going to be doing 2 income producing activities, 2 business maintenance activities, 2 relationship building activities, both personal and or professional, and then 2 self-care activities. So I am going to pull up the screen and let us look at the page together. So let me see if I can do this. It's right here. All right. Can everybody see this? Oh, yep. I see all your heads bobbing up and down. Awesome. Okay. Thank you. All right. So as you can see, each person or industry has different things that they would use to fill in that right side of the chart. For example, when I was in direct sales, an income producing activity for me would be, you know, getting parties, because I was in a party platform. So that would be something. I would be making phone calls, I would be networking, I would be trying to get parties. But now that I'm a coach, strategist, speaker, my daily activities have changed to reflect the industry that I'm in now. So some of the things, and I have my tool. My tool is my whole 888 tool is one piece of paper. But some of the things that I wrote down, because this page is more like a brainstorm page, like what would you do? What would you put into your calendar each day? What are those income producing activities for you? So if you know right away what you do, jot down a couple of things on your paper. What are the business maintenance activities for you? What are some self-care and relationships? So I'm going to give you some examples from my life now. So for me right now, if I am talking about income producing, that means that I am putting up ads, I'm inviting people to my different events, I'm going and speaking, I'm doing webinars and things like that. My Facebook Lives I do every week, my YouTube, all of that I consider income producing, because I'm getting in front of people, helping them to know who I am and wanting my products. My business maintenance type of things are things like downloading photos for social media, doing my invoices, doing my bills, mileage, taxes, even doing my calendar and creating downloads, creating my content, creating my curriculum. Now, relationship building can be on top of other things. So if you go to a networking event, for example, that is maybe an income producing activity or a business maintenance activity, depending on who you're talking to. And it's also building those business relationships. But I don't want you to forget about your personal relationships as well. So maybe it's taking one of your children out to coffee, or a client out to coffee, right? Or it's having a date with your husband, or it is doing some kind of tutoring or contribution. All of those things are building relationships for you. And then of course, self-care. And my company is called Grow From Your Overflow. And I believe that you have to take care of yourself first before you can overflow in your life in a good way. So you have to take care of yourself, not only with having God first, but also with the self-care of having a nutrition plan, and taking walks, or any kind of 30 minutes of exercise. Excuse me, I take quiet retreats. I also do massages. I make sure I'm doing my devotionals every single day. So these are the types of things that I put in, that I know these are tasks that I can plug into my daily calendar. So take a few minutes. Have you jotted down anything in any of these categories? Go ahead and let me know what you've jotted down, or let me know in the chat. I lost the chat. I lost the chat from sharing. Okay.
I love your list. So you guys, if you would add something that popped into your mind under each of those categories and put it in the chat room, that would be really valuable. Maybe we'll put the list together even for you.
Okay. I can't see. Oh, there it is. I was like, I can't see the chat. All right. I don't know where I can't see the chat right now. So
they're still answering the motivation questions.
Oh, are they? Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, I think I didn't write down a lot of, because your list was going, and I thought, wow, I just want to make your.
So this part of it is really your homework, and that's why there's some IEs and examples for you in the thing, because you have to really sit down and think, what is specific to you? What are those things that you do that are going to be able to be plugged into here, so that you have a nice list. So when it comes to doing your daily calendar, you'll say, oh, well, Tuesday I have a networking meeting in the next town, or with the chamber, or whatever it is. Then you know that you've already completed one task on Tuesday in the relationship, and it might be income producing because you're specifically looking for someone that's going to give you a referral that you already know. So it doesn't, don't get so stuck in, I have to do these 8 things, because sometimes they overlap. And I love when we build on top of things. Oh, this is a relationship activity as well as another type of activity. So this is your place to really brainstorm, and then you can put it into your actual every single day. So let me stop the share for a second so I can see there we go. I couldn't see it when I was doing it. Oh, I love the suitcase too. The motivation. Oh, everybody's just so great. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper into your actual day and using your time. And we'll come back to any chat. I want to get through it, and then we can go back and look at stuff and answer questions. Okay, so now I want to go, like I said, deeper into your actual day. I'm a firm believer in time chunking or time blocking. And I want to tell you that it is a proven fact. Our brains do not multitask. I'm going to repeat that. We do not multitask. You may think that you can do it. You may think you're actually good at it, but what's really happening in your brain, it's busy switching. It's playing a tennis match, and it's the ball, and your ball in the tennis match can only be on one side of the court at a time. And it also uses up a lot of your brain's precious energy that could be stored and used for later. In fact, the brain is what we call the CFO of your body. So the CFO, that financial person in the company, is always looking for ways to save money. They're looking for ways to conserve, right? So that's what your brain's doing. It's looking for ways to conserve and save energy. And that's why it's important not to multitask, to do one thing at a time. And it's also important to take breaks. I have a strategy that's called the 50-minute hour. But again, that's something for another day, right? What I love about time blocking is that it allows you to complete one task at a time and then move on to another. It creates better focus so that you can accomplish your tasks more efficiently by doing just one thing at a time. So, question, is it all on my calendar? So self-care, quiet time in the Lord, shower. Yes, Karen, I put everything on my calendar. Everything is, and when it becomes a habit, like your quiet time with the Lord, especially if it's the first time of the first part of your day, you don't have to put it on your calendar, but as long as you have that blocked out. So for me, 6 o'clock in the morning till 8:30 in the morning is, get up, exercise, Lord, shower. I know that's a habit. So once it becomes a habit, it doesn't really need to go on your calendar, but until it is a habit, it definitely should be on your calendar. That's just something I could say. Okay, so the next page I'm going to share with you is what the daily looks like. And this is just a very, like I said, these are just very bigger things for you to start thinking through it. This is not for you to say, put rising, put breakfast, but this is what you can think through. If you have certain habits, you can write those in. They don't have to go into your calendar. So let's look at this next sheet in the handouts, and you can see from what you're deciding of the Super 8 day, what does each day look like so that you accomplish things. For me, and you have to realize, how do you work? So if your best time of the day to get a lot of work done because you have better energy is the morning, you're going to want to put tasks there that really complement that. I do a lot of writing. I do that in the morning. So when from 9 to 11, I turn off everything, and that's my writing time. So I know that that's my best part of the day. So when I don't get to that, I feel that inside of me. And I know that by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not going to be doing that because I just can't. So I schedule my day. I look at my day more in blocks than saying, from 8:30 until 10:30, I do this. And from this time, I say, okay, when I get up, and then I have that shower break, right? I do breakfast, whatever I do. I have the morning. What am I going to do in the morning? I take a break for lunch. What am I going to do in the afternoon? Those kinds of things. So I hope that makes sense. I do want to do a little activity with you, though. So I'm going to stop sharing again because you all can see this. Okay. I'm going to do a little activity. So what I want everybody to do is I want everyone to imagine with me getting a lot more accomplished. So this means you have to close your eyes for a second, and just listen to the sound of my voice. Close your eyes, and I want you to see yourself doing that project or task that you've been working on for a long time and you can't seem to get finished. I want you to imagine you're sitting wherever you sit working on it, whether that's in an office, at your desk, on your sofa, wherever you are. Imagine yourself with all the computer, papers, whatever you have in front of you that helps you to finish it. See yourself working on it. See each of the activities that need to happen, each part of the project that needs to happen, and start to see yourself completing each one of these tasks. Imagine that you're almost finished the entire thing. You can see the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Now, I want you to imagine that you're doing the very last thing to complete this project. You're dotting all the I's, you're crossing all the T's, and you are now finished. Keep your eyes closed and look over the whole project that you've just completed. Feel proud that you have completed and finished it. Look at the great work that you have done. Open your eyes and tell me, how does it feel when you imagine yourself completing the task? Now I want you to talk to me here.
I'll start by saying super awesome. I had the exact what I wanted done. I was like, this, and this, push that button and say done. So yeah.
I feel like a superhero because it's done and I can move on to something new.
Awesome.
Yeah, my face hurts from smiling about it.
Yeah, it's like you can see yourself. Actually, those same feel-good chemicals that you just had rush through your body is the exact same ones that happen when it really happens, because your brain doesn't know the difference. That is what's so amazing about this. That doesn't know the difference. So I want to give you a side note here. If you're nervous about speaking in public, it's because your brain is not used to it. If you imagine yourself speaking in front of a large audience, it's something that your brain gets used to. So then you don't get nervous anymore, because this is something we do all the time, because your brain doesn't know the difference between you doing it for real and you imagining it. So if you have that sales call that's, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through it, imagine the sales call before you do it. Do all the things that you need to do to answer all the things that could come up. And I believe me, you will be victorious when you go on that call. So your brain doesn't know the difference. I know I'm kind of a geek. I'm sorry, I'm a nerd about brain chemistry, but I am. So sorry about that. Okay, so let's look at the time blocking sheet that you have there, and you'll see that there are a lot of places where you can plug in these 8 activities, because I have the rising and the morning. I have all these different things, because for you, breakfast might be planning out your nutrition plan for the day. So that's a self-care already that you've taken care of. So I've kind of pulled it apart so you can see how it fits into your day and not try, to shove it into like a 3-hour block, if that makes sense. So remember, it's 2 income producing tasks a day, 2 business maintenance tasks, 2 relationship building tasks, and 2 self-care tasks. So you might be saying, okay, makes me smarter than my brain. I love it. So you might be asking yourself, this looks like a lot to pack into my suitcase. How am I going to do all of these things? I don't know. I have extra things that happen all day long. So I want to help you brainstorm some things you may consider to help you in this endeavor. One of them might be, I'll say it this way. Have you ever considered only looking at your email twice a day? I only do it in the morning and the afternoon for 15 minutes. Have you ever considered scheduling 30-minute blocks on social media? Have you ever considered getting up earlier or even going to bed earlier? Have you considered not watching as much television? Have you considered combining activities that are geographically close to one another? And have you considered having projects or tasks that you can do while you are waiting, whether you're waiting for your kids in the carpool line or waiting at the doctor's office? I have a strategy that I break down everything into 15-minute blocks, and I have tasks that I know I can tick off in my head that I can get done in 15 minutes. This includes how much I can vacuum my house in 15 minutes, or how many phone calls I can make in 15 minutes, and those types of things. And I always have my list for my phone call, right? So these are things that help us to really be able to pack in. You know how, if you ever watched Marie Kondo, right? She rolls everything and she folds everything, and everything fits in so much better. If we break everything down into these 15-minute tasks, they're going to fit into your suitcase a lot better. So we can fill in this time blocking with a general sense of what your day might look like if you were to use the Super 8 day. Oh yeah, I'm addicted to Post-it notes as well, Karen. I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. And by the way, these Super 8 days, these actions, these tasks will help you in completing the action steps for your week and ultimately accomplishing your goals. But that, like I said, is my 8-8-8 strategy, where I have 8 goal areas for your life, 8 weeks, and then the 8 Super 8 day. So does this make sense? I want to stop for just a second and get you to talk again. What are some of the biggest ahas you've had so far, takeaways that you've had so far? I've just got a little bit more information after this.
The one for me is, you hear that you should visualize things all the time, and I've always felt like it was a little bit hokey, but I think this solidified it for me. That you need to just tell your brain and your body, your whole self, this is something I want to do. This is how it would look. And I mean, we do that anyway, right? In our daydreams. I mean, let's be honest.
Right. What happens is we have such a powerful tool in our brain. God has given us the way to connect to Him, and we think it's all about feeling, but sometimes it's just about visualizing. And it's not, I always say, I'm not woo-woo. I'm going to just put it out there. I'm very conscious of that. But this is brain science. This is not woo-woo science, or woo-woo not science.
Kathy, are you popping in?
I am popping in. I have recently accomplished a big, huge goal. And so I was kind of let down by my reaction. I'm not really sure, like I have accomplished a big goal. I don't have a new big goal. And so I was kind of surprised at but I think it's right now I'm in transition. And so, yeah, so that's kind of a weird thing. I need to think about that some. But my favorite thing about, I like the 7-block day. So like your rising, your breakfast, your morning, your lunch, your afternoon. And the what do you need to consider to help you? Because my husband is an artist, and he is a night owl, and so we actually stay up later. I can do either. I can get up early or get up late. It doesn't bother me. But he tends to stay up late, and he doesn't have to be at work until 9, and I don't have to generally be on a call until 9. So it kind of works, but it would be better for me. I feel better if I get up, not at 5 a.m., but like if I got up at 7, I would probably feel more, connected, I guess, to my task of the day. Right. So that helped me process some things. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yes, I tried to be part of the 5 o'clock club and I failed miserably. I cannot do it. I'm too tired. I am part of the 6 o'clock club, so I do get up at 6 o'clock because I like to have that 2 hours, like I said before. I feel like I have to get into gear for my business for the day. I just want to go back. Were you surprised at your reaction to the visualization completing the project? Yeah.
Yes, because so I recently finished graduate school in December, and it's a big deal. That's a big deal, and it was a lot of work, and there were tears, and there was moments of stress, and I don't know if I can do this. Thank you, all of you who listened to me, but I'm done, and right now I'm at a kind of a crossroads, like, do I do one thing or another?
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, oh no, what if it's like that? Like, I mean, that's what my brain flashed to. Like, oh, if I accomplish this next big thing, but then what if it's like this?
It doesn't.
Right now,
Let me ask you, did you celebrate when you graduated from graduate school?
Oh yes, I've been celebrating for like a month.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because a lot of times what we do is we complete the task and we go on to the next task. So I want you to revel in that. I would tell you, this is an activity that I have done for my clients. Is I've done the list of 30 accomplishments, and just to start writing things that you're proud of that you've done. I've actually done the 100 accomplishments, and when you start to write it out, and when you get stuck, you can ask family, friends, what have I done that you've seen that it's something that you are proud of, not something that you got a certificate for or a degree for. Those can be part of it, but it's something that you're proud you're doing. Even if it's like, I was there for a friend when she was going through cancer, to I put my arm around my son last night and he let me, kind of thing. It can be anything that you're proud of. I think that having it in front of you visually really helps you to see how much you've really done, and you can feel really proud of that, and then grateful for it, and give that back to God. I think that is a good thing. That's
good. That is good.
Okay, let me finish up here and we'll have more time to chat. I know I've given you a lot of information, and I've given you some extra things to even think about, but I wanted to make sure that you really got a complete look at how to succeed daily by taking control of that calendar, of that agenda. And I know for some of you, you'll be able to take this information and run with it and plug it into your everyday very easily. Others, you may want or need to have some more time to explore what your goals really are, or how to transfer that into the action steps, and how to turn your Super 8 days into completing your goals. Some of you may want that, and some of you might even want some accountability too. And even others might be looking for some type of coaching in this area. So I do have an offer for today, and it's just for NACWE members. I know people will be watching this replay as well. And it is 2 60-minute group sessions just for the members of NACWE. The first session, what we'll do, it will go over my complete 888 strategy, which I think I have a clean one here. Let me see if I have a clean one, which is a 1-page strategy that I use every 8 weeks, and it is like all areas of your life, 8 goal areas for 8 weeks, and then the Super 8 day, and how it all fits together and works together. It's a process of filling it all in, and that's what we'll do at the first session. The second session, we will check on your progress, we'll answer questions, and give you some accountability to continue to do it. So I'm going to put the if it's okay, I'm going to put the link in the chat here, and you can go and check it out for yourself. It is on February 5th, and then again on February 12th. So you'll have 2 weeks in between to do the 888 and then try to do the whole strategy and work it out. and it's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'm on Eastern time, so it's 7 p.m. Eastern time for $197. So I look forward to connecting with you. So if you want to know about completing goals, action steps, and time management system, then this might be for you. Go check it out. That's all I say, is go check it out. And if you need to or want to have a clarity session with me, if you go to deneentb.com, work with me, you can get into my schedule as well. I started out with this chat with John Maxwell and a quote from his book, Today Matters. Really, ladies, we only have today. That's all that's promised. And I promised you today that we would help you make some key decisions that will help you succeed. From here, it's up to you. John says that good decisions minus daily discipline equals a plan with no payoff. Daily discipline minus a good decision is just regimentation without reward. But good decisions with daily discipline equals a masterpiece of potential. That's what we want to do, ladies. We want to create a masterpiece out of every single day. As leaders, we need to lead by example. We will succeed by doing the work each day, and it takes discipline. That's the mark of a true leader, having discipline. Others will see you and want to follow your example. And we all know, if you are a leader, you have people who follow you. If you do not have anyone following you, then you're really not a leader. You're just on a walk. So the last sheet of the handouts you see there gives you 6 confidence building strategies. And I want to leave you with these because we can feel at times that we're not moving forward. I want you to trust the process. If you're working towards your goals, you are making progress. So let me share this last page with you and the 6 confidence building strategies. Every day, remind yourself you did some things well. And I would say, write them down. 2, read inspiring biographies and autobiographies. 3, be thankful, grateful. We're all good at that. And one of the things I like putting in my journal is just writing one thing I'm grateful for and then writing why. 4, build excellent support around you. You've got that with your NACRE sisters, right? You've got excellent support. 5, push yourself to accomplish short-term goals. If that project seems so big, break it down. I call it deconstructing the hamburger, and I'll talk about that another time too. And 6, do something for yourself every week. And this goes directly back to those self-care things. Not just your nutrition or your exercise every day, but do something special for yourself at least once a week. Ladies, thank you so much for inviting me today. I'm going to look through the comments and see if there's any questions, or you can give me questions. Thank you so much, Karen. And
oh my gosh, yeah. Thank you. I mean, for the energy, and my mind is whirring with some ideas and things. Maybe I'm all about the calendar. I don't know. Kathy in the room created a planner just for me on Excel. I live inside of Excel files, literally. I mean, one day y'all are gonna have to pull me out of there. And I'm all about that. But I think probably I need to implement some of these, pieces.
I think that they're what I have found, and I've been using my 888 strategy for over almost 4 years now, and it came from, and I'll tell you, it came from the book by Jack Canfield and friends called The Power of Focus. And what I found was he had these quarterly 12-week calendars, and he had 7 goal areas, and I had to add the faith area. So for me, contribution was not my faith. My faith was different. My goals and my faith were different than just contribution. So like giving your tithe or volunteering and things like that. So I had to really rearrange it, because I found that I don't know if it's because I was a woman or because I was a mom, but 12 weeks was way too long, because too much happened in the first 8 weeks that the last 4 weeks kind of got all like mangled. So I chopped off the last 4 weeks. And what the beauty of this is you don't have to start at the beginning of a quarter and end it at the end of the quarter. You start your 8 weeks whenever you start your 8 weeks, and it just continues to flow. So like I said, I like to take things, synthesize them, shake them up, and push them out in a new way that works for me. Now, I like paper and pencil, but I have worked with women who like everything technology, and I have ways to do that too. But there is a hand-brain connection when you use that first and then transfer it to electronics. So another brain nerd thing.
Yeah, I mean, as hard as it is for me to do, I will admit there is a breakthrough every time I put pen to paper. Some sort of breakthrough. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Any last minute questions for her? Or she's in the NACWE membership group now, so you guys, that's where you can bombard her until she gets sick of us.
So let me ask you a question then. Will this be recording be right in the group? So can I put in the comments the link that I had for this? Or do I need to put it somewhere?
Sure.
Okay.
So I'll post it takes me a while to download it, and I have clients back to back until about 9:30 tonight. So I download it and then I upload it, and then eventually today or tomorrow I'll get it posted in there, and you're welcome to just.
Okay, I have this open and available till Friday because it's gonna start next week. So can I put it on the Monday thing just to say hi?
Yeah, and you can put it on, when you put it on last Monday's thing or this Monday's thing, it pops the Monday feed up to the top of those.
All right. I'll do that because, like I said, it's for only NACWE, and I'll get as many people in as they want. And I'll actually be in Pennsylvania next week when we do it, if you come in. So I'll be at my mom's. So that'll be fun. That's what I love about being online, right?
And then, so depending, put it in the NACWE membership group, but put it in the free group too, because there are 800 people in there. It's
awesome. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
So God bless you. Thank you so much. Let me pray. Oh, Kathy, quick.
The link doesn't work. Just in case. The
which
link
one?
is there.
The Work With Me one, or?
Oh yeah, the Work With
Me. It does not.
Yeah,
work.
you need. I know. I'll do it. You need a hyphens in between. I'll do it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you. There you go.
Hyphen with the Work With Me. Okay, very good. All right, let me pray us out. Father God, our days don't belong to us anyway. They belong to you. And I sat here thinking, if you created a 24-hour day, then that 24 hours is enough. It's enough to do what you've called us to do, and to do it well and with excellence. And the results really are up to you. So I'm just so grateful for kind of a different, tweaked view of how I can construct my day so that it is more productive, and also so that I'm caring for myself. One of the things I kind of forget to do until it's a crisis moment. And so I would just pray a special blessing on Deneen and on any who take advantage of this offer. And we're grateful, Lord, for this sisterhood and all who have presented to us. It's a huge gift, huge. We appreciate it so much. Lord, bless them back. Pour blessings on them as they've poured blessings into us, Lord. And may all we do today bring you glory and honor. We ask these things in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. All right. God bless. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.